But this is one thing that the president is getting exactly right. And we are really hammering the terrorists at last. Under President Obama, and even under President Bush to a degree, there were so many restrictions and restraints upon our forces that it not only inhibited our ability to destroy these terrorists, but also put U.S. forces at extreme risk, and often unnecessary risks. So he's doing it right. The president gives the strategic direction. The Pentagon allocates the assets. In-theater commanders design the operations, and at the pointy end of the spear, the soldiers carry out the tactical operations. And the White House doesn't need to know about or approve every single patrol in every corner of the world. We got to get away from that. Obama was micromanaging.
Quote, I gave them authority to do what's right so that we win. Makes sense to you?
That's the way it's supposed to work. The president, again, delegates authority. But the idea of the White House approving every target as in Vietnam or every dangerous mission as Obama did, or potentially dangerous mission, you can't do that. You accept the fact in war, we do a great job of keeping our troops alive. But sometimes the enemy gets a vote. Sometimes things go wrong. It's not a zero defects environment. So the president gives a direction, and the military does its best, its best is good.
Listen, ISIS is, you just look at the territory in Iraq and Syria. Would you show them the map from 2015? That's what they controlled. Yeah. And now this is what we believe they control today. It's like 3% in Iraq and maybe 5% in Syria. I mean, that is a remarkable difference. Now, the Obama team would argue that they put all this in place to get ready to roll up ISIS. Are they right about that or not, Ralph?
They're largely right. The Obama, after blundering through many things, they did listen to the Pentagon about the right strategy. And the strategy, as far as how to do it, is get the locals to do the fighting. We provide the support, the air power, the intelligence, the logistics, even medevac, but the locals do the fighting and dying. And so the Obama team did get that in place. But the key difference is that, and I don't support Trump on everything, but on this he's exactly right. He authorized our troops to fight. And that's what matters. You can't wage war on a short leash. And the fact that he authorized our air power to really hit ISIS and other terrorist organizations, that made the decisive difference.
He put the whole operation on fast forward. What was the suggestion a moment ago about micromanaging the war? What did you observe under the previous administration?
Well, there was a dread of getting anything wrong, of hurting anybody. Obviously, we don't want to cause collateral damage or kill civilians unnecessarily, but you cannot wage antiseptic, perfectly sterile warfare. It doesn't work like that, especially when you're fighting an enemy such as these jihadis who slaughter their own people and are glad to slaughter us, who torture, who burn, who rape, who kill. They don't obey the laws of war. We do, but we have to push those laws to the limit. And by the way, Bill, I'll tell you, the idea that it's a big scandal that we had troops in Niger, we've known for a long time we had troops throughout the Sahel working with the French.
You're right about that.
It's not a scandal. It's a mission that went wrong. Sometimes missions go wrong.
6,000 troops throughout the continent of Africa, more than 50 countries. Final point here. It's a tough business. It's a tough war, but we are winning it. That's what the commander-in-chief says. You've been critical in the past. Do you agree with that?
In the Middle East, our team is winning. But this is a threat that will go on for generations in different forms. And so we will wind up fighting on unfamiliar terrain in unexpected places. Don't expect an end. But we have definitely turned the tide. The terrorists are now on the defensive. And the Middle East, the caliphate is done.